volleyball, we would have had to go to, we would have won it in the third set because it just was, there were such dramatic swings and momentum. And I think a lot of it was just Georgetown played really well in that stretch. I mean, and we had open shots that didn't go in, and that's basketball. And, for us who, we rely fairly heavily on the three. When we miss open threes, we're going to go a stretch without scoring. But I think we scored 2 points in nine or so minutes. And, to their credit, I thought they played really well, and they fought for a team that, hadn't won in a long time. I thought they showed a lot of grit. The key was that we finally did a better job rebounding. I mean, they missed some shots, but the rebounding edge went. We ended up losing by 2, and I think at one timeout, at whatever time in the second half, I looked and we were down 36-24 or 36 to, so we out rebounded them significantly the last 12 to 14 minutes, and that was the key. We just didn't, and we kept them in the game with our inability to rebound in the first half. I mean, we gave them, other than that, we guarded everything they did. McCormick hits a couple threes, but I think one of them was off an offensive rebound. But 4 turnovers is really good. I mean, I thought overall we need to. For us, we need to make more threes, but overall we played pretty well.
Have you ever been part of a game that was pretty much like one blowout?
Yes. So dramatic. Well, yeah, I don't know that I've ever where the length of the run and the size of the runs were as great as they were. I mean that, I don't know what their run ended up, but 20-2. Okay, there we go. Well, that didn't feel very good. But again, they've got some shot makers, and we had, and they've got some post-up players. I mean, Battle hit some tough shots, and Adamako got going a little bit. They hit some mid-range shots in the second half that they hadn't hit in the first half, and but I don't know. I don't know that I've ever been a part of a game that was that with 3 different really seismic type runs.
How did you guys come out on top of it all?
Well, Carrie kind of gave us, it was actually a really huge compliment in the locker room, how usually when we go down like that, when like Georgetown came back, Flynn would sub some kids out, but the starting 5 was able to figure it out, and I think that's like a huge growing point for us because we're able to turn things around, and usually, I mean, it's kind of character-like for us to just keep getting deeper and deeper into a hole, and I think that was really cool that even younger players, I mean, MC, Sid, that we can turn that around, and I mean, I guess Bree too, but we can turn that around and not have as much experience as we did last year, and I think that was a really big compliment from Carrie.
I think we finally figured out rebounding too, like we were starting to box out more and going to the offensive glass more too.
What was going through the team's minds as that huge lead just evaporated in 6 minutes in the second half?
We gotta change something. It was like, I don't know, it was mainly boards, just because, I mean, Belk did a great job on the boards. I mean, she's just big and physical, and I mean, me going in there isn't going to make much of a difference, but I guess if I could, like, if Bree can box her out, then us littler guards have to go in and get the boards, and I think that was a big turning point for us.
How frustrating was it having to go against that body there in Belk?
I mean, she's really physical, and like in practice, it's usually freshmen that guard me, and they're not usually like that yet, so it was pretty different, but I mean, I think after a while, I got it. It just took some time.
It's an adjustment.
So how big was Brianna, obviously? I think you guys were down like 40-25 on the boards at one point, so when you guys ended up -4 somehow.
Mm-hmm.
She finishes 14. How big was Brianna for that stretch to kind of get you guys back into it?
I mean, she was huge. She just... yeah. Packing the stats. No, but she did a great job at keeping, because they're a really good offensive rebounding team, but they're not as good defensive rebounding. So I think Bree just concentrated more on the offensive boards, and I think she did a really good job.
Fun, let me have it. It was really inspiring.
Yeah.
Really inspired me.
Did the team ever feel any panic when it went down in that second half?
No, to be honest, I didn't.
I don't think so.
No.
They got to play Kansas a little tough. Were you guys expecting, although their record wasn't that great, were you expecting kind of a scrappy effort coming into the night?
Yeah, although I will say that I think we were more prepared personnel-wise a little bit, but we had, I mean, we're always going to have some letdowns, but I think not letting McCormick get some shots and kind of knowing that they're smaller point guards, like letting them kind of create shots, I think